following is a presentation of the National Sim Racing League of America. Enjoy the race. Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is qualifying for race number 10 in season number 7 of the NRLOA Chick-fil-A Cup Series. We are here at the Talladega Super Speedway, qualifying for tomorrow morning's Mountain Dew Kickstart 500 around this 2 2/3 mile speedway in Talladega, Alabama. Roll Tide won the national championship this year, and I'm pretty happy about that. And one guy's pretty happy. That's Joe Rutkowski in the 85. Uncharted driver yet again got the win at the Richmond Raceway in the Turkey Hills Series, awarding him the 85 yet again. He qualified for the Cup race last weekend at Richmond and finished, I believe, in the 4th position. So he's looking to make it back in and maybe get a win here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, driving for Friesen Motorsports. Of course, this is Uncharted qualifying, and the top 2 drivers in this qualifying session will advance on and race in tomorrow's 38-lap event here at Talladega. Right now, Rutkowski is the only driver out there in the 85. And here at Talladega, the draft is a major important thing. So if we get anybody who decide to race together here in this qualifying session, then those are the drivers that will get the good lap times and probably qualify their way on to the show. We got a couple guys coming out here. They're most likely going to be in a pack here when we're qualifying. 36 this week, that is Jake West, and I do not believe Jake West has attempted to qualify since Atlanta at the beginning of the season, race 2. So it's been a while for Jake West. He's going to take over the 36, try to get the American Motorsports Uncharted car, I should say, in the show. 71, that is Sebastian Kukulon, the Daytona winner in the Turkey Hills Series. He's looking to make it onto the show, and I don't believe he's attempted possibly since Atlanta either, so it's been a while for him. Alex Russell's back in the 98 for Beast Racing. Number 18 is Cookie Helms once again, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe Cookie Helms advanced on to the show last weekend at Richmond. Alex Bonsignor is in the 97, got the win in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series at California. And the 74 car is Adam Lewis this weekend. He gets to drive the Tanker Motorsports machine. And the 67 is Ryan Kendall. I believe he's attempting his first ever Chick-fil-A Cup Series race here as well. We'll see which of these guys will make it on. Top 2 fastest will advance on to the main qualifying session and will race in tomorrow's Mountain Dew Kickstart 500. Going to be a 42-car field for tomorrow's race, and it's going to be anybody's race in tomorrow's 38-lap event. No pit stops, but the cautions will be on, and we could see a lot of crashes. It's going to be a wild card race in the point standings, and it's going to be entertaining to watch. Joe Rutkowski is still the only driver to fully complete a lap. He's completed 2, I do believe, maybe 3 at this point. And look for Alex Bonsignor to be racing tomorrow, because this 97 is right behind these guys. He's going to draft right up on these guys, get such a good time as he closes right in on Joe Rutkowski. Look at how much he closed in there, past Cookie Helms in the 18. And Bonsignor staying right behind the 85, looking to go to the top of the board. And I do not believe there's going to be any question that Alex Bonsignor is going to head to the top of the board with this lap right here. And there he goes. Almost a second faster, 7/10 of a second faster than Joe Rutkowski's fastest lap. That is how much that pull that 97 had on the 85 meant to him. And it looks like Bonsignor is going to have a good chance at racing tomorrow. But don't count any of these 3 guys out. They are the 3 fastest guys in this session, but only 2 of them make it onto the show. Cookie Helms looking to get a good lap here. He's drafting behind Alex Bonsignor. The 74, he's all by himself. Adam Lewis is all by himself. Ryan Kendall's all by himself. Jake West is all by himself. Sebastian Kukulon's all by himself. And Alex Russell's all by himself. So this is where it's going to be. One of these 3 guys, 2 of them veterans, 2 of them rookies. Keep on thinking that Cookie Helms is a veteran to this series. He's not, but he's been around on Napa Fan for quite a while, and he just went to the top of the board, pushed Joe Rutkowski out of the top 2. But I think Rutkowski might get a good lap here. He fell off just a little bit. He's going to draft right back on the 18 down the backstretch. And it's going to be interesting to see which one of these 3 guys gets knocked out. 2 of them will make it on. The other one will be flippin' burgers for tomorrow's Talladega event. And of course, Talladega, big topic this weekend here in the NASCAR world, the ARCA world as well. That's why you guys are seeing these events a little bit earlier than normal. That's why the Turkey Hill Series is going to be at 4 p.m. And this race is going to be, or the qualifying you guys are seeing right now is at 3 p.m. You might be wondering, why is it so early? Well, I want to make sure you guys watch the ARCA race as well, because that's going to be a good one. Rutkowski did not advance his time, and it's Cookie Helms and Alex Bonsignor, top 2 fastest drivers here at qualifying for the Uncharted drivers in the Mountain Dew Kickstart 500, the 10th race of the season here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. And those top 3 guys who are in this pack, they have nearly 2 seconds on the whole field. That is how major it's going to be when we get to the regular qualifying session that these packs are going to be. This is going to be it right here. We'll see it if Rutkowski advances at all, but it looks like he's just going to barely miss out. And no advancement of the time for the 85, so that's going to do it. Alex Bonsignor and Cookie Helms will be racing in tomorrow's show. And they'll be qualifying right after this. So Cookie Helms, Alex Bonsignor, congratulations to advancing to the Mountain Dew Kickstart 500 race 10 of the season. And they'll qualify along with the other 40 full-time drivers here at Talladega right now. Let's see who grabs the pole for the Mountain Dew Kickstart 500. And hello once again. We are here at Talladega to set the starting lineup for tomorrow's Mountain Dew Kickstart 500. And it's going to be a fun race tomorrow here. One of the wild card races, and a lot can happen. A big opportunity for a lot of guys to get a good run, get up there in the points standings. Now, I will say this, for tomorrow's race, we're going to have Alex Bonsignor in the booth with us, most likely. And he qualified for the race. You might be wondering, well, why is he allowed to be in the booth with you? Well, he is not a championship contender here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, so that is my little exception to allow him to be in the booth with us. Now, I have a hard time finding guys to co-commentate with me in this series, and I'd like Alex to be back in the booth with me. Haven't done a race with him since Atlanta in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series at least, so that's a little catch right there. Now, it's a possible chance that he might not actually be able to do it tomorrow, and they'll have somebody else, but most likely it will be him, and he's in the race as well, so that'll be interesting. But hey, you know what? He was in the booth with us when, well, he saw the race live when we recorded it, when he won the Napa Truck Series Championship, so he's pretty used to getting spoiled on things. But hey, he's already won a race this season. I don't know if he'll win another one, especially at a crazy place like this. We're just going to have to see. It's going to be a wild one, and it's going to be a wild qualifying session as well. You have to be in a pack if you're going to have a good time here in qualifying. The good thing is, here at Talladega, where you start really doesn't matter too much, because you can work your way from 42nd to the lead in 5 laps. But we still got to set the starting lineup anyway. Still got to award a pole, you know. That's a pretty big deal, and we'll see if we can get it done here in qualifying for the Mountain Dew Kickstart 500. Nobody has completed a full lap yet. Mixing up my words there. But Cookie Helms will be the first driver to do so. Uncharted driver. This is going to be his 3rd race of the season in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series for Hamill Racing Enterprises. He's done a great job qualifying his way into these races so far this season. And you're going to see Andrew Miller probably close in and go to the top of the board with that one right there, because he was drafting right off of these guys nearly a second faster than Cookie Helms there that lap. So great run there for the Zidell Motorsports driver of Andrew Miller. Michael Canto, Nathan Stapleton, Daniel McMillan back in here. These qualifying sessions are always the craziest because they change very frequently, and we always got these groups on the racetrack. We got 42 cars in one practice session looking to get the fastest time here. I mean, it's going to be wild out here. They're all over the place. Nathan Stapleton here. He is 3rd fastest. Diego Pez and John Arndt. John Arndt's been doing a pretty decent job this season in the 05. Much better than last season in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series for him. And we'll try to find him on the racetrack. I think we had him earlier on and probably missed him. Probably going to go through the whole field before we find him again. Where is he? There he is. All the way back behind our last winner, John Stewart, who comes into this race with a 23-point lead over Brad Stover. Cody Sill is 31 points behind. Diego Yepez is 41 points behind, and Roger Ray is 57 points behind. And it's quite interesting. how much of a gap John Stewart has put on the rest of the field, but look at the gap Alex Bonsignor just put on the rest of the field. A 97 to the top of the board. And he is about 2/10 faster than now second place, Nicholas Samadillo in the 24. And Yepes is third right now in the 32. Michael Canto, Justin Roberts, 1-2 here at Talladega. I believe Canto is going for his, I believe it would be second pole of the season. I think Roberts is also looking for his second pole. But John Arndt just went to the top of the board. Got a fast 05 right there, but Jonathan Wong, Alex Bonsignor, and Brad Stover just took the top 3 positions. So great runs by those drivers, and Jonathan Wong is one of those drivers who needs a good finish tomorrow because he is deep in the points for the Tanker Motorsports 39. It has not been the best of rookie years for Jonathan Wong. As a matter of fact, he is last in the Rookie of the Year standings, so not quite what he wanted coming into this season, but we'll have to see what he can do tomorrow. He's got the fastest time in qualifying right now. We'll see if anybody gets under 43 seconds in this session. That is just blazing fast here at Talladega. And looks like nobody from this pack is going to do so. You got Aaron Walpole in this pack, and William Brock. Here's the top 5. Jonathan Wong, Alex Bonsignor, Brad Stover, Luke Rainey, and Elijah Gordon. Gordon is in this pack right here, and I believe that means that 4 of the top 5 come from this pack right here, so that's a very fast pack right there. John Arndt is 6th fastest in the 05. Cookie Helms, both the Uncharted drivers in the top 10 right now. Great job by those guys in this session. Blaine Keys is 8th. Number 22 of Isaac Nichols is 9th, and the 24 of Nicholas Samadillo rounds out the top 10. But like I said, where you start here at Talladega doesn't matter too much because you can move your way from the back to the front pretty well. But if we get an early crash, you might not want to be in the back. So that's what guys like Ace Garcia are trying to avoid. He's 17th right now. Pretty decent run for him in the number 92. I believe he's finished second in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series 4 times. He's our own little Chase Elliott right there, but he'd love to change that. And this is a race where a few guys have gotten their first career wins. Sergio Larvin Alonso had one of the longest losing streaks in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series up into Season 5, the second Talladega race where he got his first career win. And last year, rookie Daniel Bouchard got the win at Talladega in the second race. I can't remember who won the first race, though, last season, because I'm an idiot, and I can't remember those kinds of things. I think it was Isaac Nichols, and I believe that was his first career win as well. And Josh Alexander, when he won, was actually the last driver, I believe, to win Talladega in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, and it not be his first career Chick-fil-A Cup Series win because he had won the Daytona 500 earlier in the season. So Talladega sees a lot of first-time winners, so we might see a first-timer, but there are a lot of guys in this field who have won in this series before, especially these two guys, Matt Dalio and Stuart Gratton. How about Justin Roberts, Daniel McMillan, and Andrew Miller? They're in this pack right here, or at least 2 of those guys are in this pack. They're closing in on Jesse Turner and Zachary Fitzwater, a couple of Daytona 500 champions. That's pretty significant. Daytona races a lot like Talladega. Of course, Talladega has a lot more passing than Daytona, but we get very similar speeds here at Talladega as we do at Daytona, so, you know, if you're good at Daytona, you're probably good at Talladega. Of course, when Josh Alexander won this race in season number 5, he had also won the Daytona 500 that season, so do a pretty good job here at Talladega if you do good at Daytona. How about Cookie Helms in the 18? He got a good draft, and trying to locate him. There he is behind Trey Bartow, Garrett Senor in this little pack right here. 43.011. Jonathan Wong only 1/1000th slower than him. Then it's Alex Bonsignor, Brad Stover. Trey Bartow is 5th in the number 4. That's exactly what Bartow wants. Garrett Senor, I believe he won here in Season 2. I think it was the second Talladega race for Garrett Senor that season. So he knows how to get it done here. But a lot of guys get their first career wins here at Talladega. We only have Garrett Senor and I believe Sergio Larvin Alonso, the only 2 past Talladega winners in the field for this race. No Alan Cavagnaro won in Season 2. I can't remember Season 1. Aaron Lukes won the first Talladega race in Season 1. The second Talladega race in Season 1, I cannot remember. Yeah, I can't remember that one. I want to say Justin Roberts. Justin Roberts won a Turkey Hill Series race here before, so expect him to do something tomorrow. He was in the top 10. He's 11th right now, so good run for Justin Roberts in this session. But here's the top 10. Cookie Helms, Jonathan Wong, Alex Bongchinor, Brad Stover, Trey Bartow, 32 of Diego Yepez right there, who comes into this race. 4th in the points, so good for him so far this season. Luke Rainey, Jordan Carter, Andrew Miller, and the 64 of Blaine Keys. That's the top 10. And it looks like that's the way they're going to stay, only unless these guys get good runs back in here. Aaron Walpole, the 34. Trying to draft on these guys, but I just don't see it happening. And it looks to me like it's going to be Cookie Helms with the chance at coming home with the pole here at Talladega. So he'll be our second uncharted driver to win a pole this season, if he can in fact hang on to it here in these last few seconds. Actually, you know what? I think Cameron Garlington won a Talladega race here before. And I think it was Cameron Garlington who won the second Talladega race in Season 1. So we actually have 3 guys. And look at that. We went under 43 seconds. Juan Garcia with the fastest time. A late session push to go to the top of the board. But he's tied with Michael Canto for the top position. And with that, it might go to Michael Canto because I believe Canto might be ahead of him in the point standings. So we're going to actually have to go back in and check that to see who would actually get the pole. So we have a tie for the pole. That's the first time it's happened this season, and it looks like it's going to happen here today. Zachary Fitzwater went to 3rd in the number 9. Great run for him. Then it is Cookie Helms, Jonathan Wong, Alex Bonsignor, Brad Stover, Trey Bartow, Diego Yepez, and the 12 of Luke Rainey rounding out the top 10. Once the timer's done here, we are done with this session. And these guys are not done yet. Got this massive pack looking to close in here. We'll see if anybody gets a good run in this session, or in this pack right here. As they cross the line, I might do it. Yeah, these guys are not going to have enough time. It will be the number 6 car of Juan Garcia or Michael Canto with the pole here at Talladega. They tied for the top position. So we're going to actually go ahead and tie this right now, break the tie right now. You might see a little bit of a pause there, but I'm going back in the good old score 4 to check out and see who's ahead of the other. And it is, in fact, Michael Canto, who has more points than Juan Garcia coming into this race. So that means Michael Canto has won, I believe, his second pole of the season here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, as he will start ahead of Juan Garcia for tomorrow's Mountain Dew Kickstart 500. How about that? A tie for the pole position here at Talladega. That's how fast these guys were going. Zachary Fitzwater, Cookie Helms, row 2. Jonathan Wong, Alex Bonsignor, row 3. Brad Stover, Trey Bartow, row 4, Diego Yepez, and Luke Rainey, row number 5. Take a look at the rest of the results right there. Nicholas Samadillo and Justin Knight tied. I believe Samadillo has the advantage on Knight. And Nathan Stapleton and William Brock tied. Stapleton will start ahead of Brock. He has more points than the 88. And I believe those are the only ties. So for the pole position, we tied. It will not be Juan Garcia winning the pole. It will be Michael Canto, as he has more points coming into this race. And congratulations to Michael Canto on his second pole of the season here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. So how about that session right there? Very thrilling, but tomorrow's race will be even more thrilling, as we're going to see crashes, passing, a lot of passing. We're probably going to have more lead changes than laps in tomorrow's race. That's how crazy it's going to be. And that's welcome to some guys who really like passing. Haven't had too much passing in these races so far. We're going to have a lot of them tomorrow for the Mountain Dew Kickstart 500. And Michael Canto will lead the field of the green flag here at Talladega. So thank you guys very much for watching. Congratulations to Michael Canto and Quintero Racing Incorporated for getting the pole. And I will see you guys tomorrow morning for the Mountain Dew Kickstart 500 from Talladega. And 1 hour, actually less than an hour, Chick-fil-A, or Turkey Hill Series, I should say, from Talladega over on NapaFan. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you guys later.